To be a great basketball player, you need to be one of the following. A. Really skilled like Steph Curry. B. Really athletic like Russell Westbrook. Or C. Really big like Shaquille O'Neal. If a player possesses even two of these qualities, they have a good chance of being a perennial MVP candidate in the NBA, a unicorn, a sought-after number one pick. I mean, look, the reigning two-time MVP Nikola Jokic is really big and really skilled. And before him was another two-time MVP in Giannis, who's really big and athletic. Then, if we already look towards the 2023 NBA draft, there's an undisputed number one pick in Victor Wembanyama who looks to have a bit of all three traits. Anyways, imagine if any of these players went to a team that just won a championship. Wouldn't that be unfair? The answer is, of course. Well, the Warriors just won the championship, and James Wiseman is coming back healthy, and I got nothing else to say except, sheesh. For those that forgot who James Wiseman is, let me refresh your minds really quick.
Wiseman for three. Cash it in.
The Warriors control the tip. Kuminga up top to Wiseman.
Davison with the floater. That one is denied. Mobile big, skilled, can shoot it. Wiseman punishes him inside the right there. Wiseman down the lane. Wiseman to the rim.
Man, this guy definitely checks off being big. He's not as athletic as Giannis, but I'd check that box for him too. Then in terms of skills, he's nowhere close to Nikola Jokic, but hey, he's studying under the same original coach as the reigning MVP. So although I won't check this box just yet, I got my pencil ready. Anyway, if Wiseman can stay healthy, then within about 30 games into the 2023 season, it'll be like 2017 and 2018 all over again. No team in the NBA is going to be able to match up with the Warriors, and then we'll have to watch all the analysts online who will be saying things like the Warriors are once again breaking the NBA. If you don't believe me that the Warriors will get this much better from the return of Wiseman, then look no further than the Cleveland Cavaliers to get a glimpse of what's coming. In the 2021 NBA draft, they drafted Evan Mobley with the number 3 overall pick, and then they found instant success. And when I say instant, I mean immediately, and I'm not exaggerating. Just look at the facts. The Cavaliers went from 13th in the East in 2021 to 8th in 2022. And if it wasn't for a few other key injuries to Ricky Rubio and Jared Allen, they probably would have made the playoffs. Also, look at what happened to Darius Garland once Mobley was drafted. He went from averaging 17 points and 6 assists per game to nearly 22 and 9, and he also became an all-star for the first time. I wonder if the return of Wiseman will boost up what Poole can do and make him also an all-star in 2023. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that a focused, motivated, athletic, 7-foot rim-running titan with just a bit of skill will make pretty much every team considerably better. In other words, considering how good Golden State already is, James Wiseman will just make them unbeatable. Like, we might as well already start celebrating. Alright, I'm just kidding about that. But just think of what he'll be able to do with Steph Curry and Jordan Poole in high pick-and-roll situations. It's gonna spell trouble for the league, especially given the fact that he'll be coming off the bench. Holy sheesh, guys. Now, some of y'all might be saying that Wiseman is overrated, that he can't do this, that he can't do that, but let's look at the facts. He's going to go through a full 82 regular season game with a complete training camp. The Warriors have one of, if not the best developmental program in the NBA, and you can be sure that they're going to maximize Wiseman's potential. In addition, Wiseman is literally surrounded by champions. And he doesn't have to do much and play like an MVP. All he needs to learn are the following. A. How to set effective screens, which he can learn from Draymond. B. How to defend without fouling, which again, he can learn from the 2017 Defensive Player of the Year, Draymond. And C. Post moves and footwork, which he's currently learning from Nikola Jokic's former coach. So, as for people who say that he's going to be a bust, do you really think that within about 30 games in, that he won't be able to learn those things? Anyway, let me lay out a list of stuff that Wiseman will be able to offer the defending champs. 1. He'll be a pick and roll lob threat and will probably get 2 to 3 baskets per game on these plays. 2. In transition, because of his athleticism, he can sprint the floor, get deep positioning, and get easy baskets. He'll probably get 1 or 2 of these per game. 3. A lot of easy putbacks. He'll probably get at least 2 of these per game and get hacked on his way up for free throws. 4. Then, with his height and length, he'll make it harder for opposing big men to get free baskets at the rim. And 5. He'll be a dangerous weak side defender. Now, from here, some of y'all might be saying something like, but what about Willie Cauley-Stein, who played for the Warriors a few years ago? He was tall and fast like Wiseman. Why didn't they just keep him? That's actually a pretty good point. Well, the truth is, Willie was really inconsistent in his mindset. Sometimes he was pretty good on the court, sometimes he was average, and sometimes he was pretty bad. In fact, I read a report on the reason why he's sort of fading from the league, and the consensus was that he's just inconsistent. From what I've been hearing, however, Wiseman has extremely tough work ethic, and I don't foresee that he'll be an inconsistent player. I mean, here's a quick story from Bob Myers on Wiseman's work ethic. I called him last week and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm watching Tim Duncan tape." And I'm thinking, yeah, right. I said, "What year?" He said, 1999. I said, "What are you watching?" He said, "I just want to see how he learned the game and try to mimic some of the stuff he did." And then I kind of said, "Well, what are you doing when you're not watching tape?" He goes, "Well, I got a ball from the facility. I just dribble." It wasn't a line. It wasn't BS. What makes a player in this league? Yes, talent for sure. But if you're elite with size and athleticism and you work hard, just hard work will get you somewhere. If you get a guy that loves to play and loves to work, then you got something pretty good. Man, for the Warriors to have a guy like this return to them after coming off a championship must be terrifying to other teams. Anyway, some other non-believers and haters might be saying that Wiseman is going to end up like Greg Oden, a player with a ton of potential but derailed due to injuries. In the realm of sports, I guess anything is possible, but that is such a pessimistic outlook that probably has a 1% chance of happening. An actual more likely outcome is the path that Joel Embiid took. I mean, the 76ers superstar went MIA his first 2 years in the league due to injuries, but then stormed back and averaged 20 points and 8 rebounds in his first year, then just kept improving and improving until he got where he is now, a perennial MVP candidate. I predict that for the 2023 season, Wiseman will play about 20 minutes per game and average 14 and 8 on close to 60% shooting from within the arc. He'll come off the bench with Poole, and along with Kuminga, they'll be one of the most dangerous benches the league has ever seen. This will become more and more apparent as the season goes on, and I just hope the Warriors will match up with the Memphis Grizzlies in the 2023 postseason. Heck, I hope Ja Morant gets his wish and the Grizzlies play the Warriors on Christmas Day, because that'll be close to 30 games into the season, and it'll be interesting to see what Morant and the rest of the Grizzlies do when, in addition to Curry, Clay, and Poole, they'll have to figure out a way to deal with Wiseman and Kuminga. Sheesh, guys. I've been talking about Wiseman so much and all the value that he'll add for the Warriors that it's easy to overlook how scary the Warriors will be when Kuminga develops. I really hope Kuminga, Wiseman, and Poole all challenge each other as rivals, because if those two can develop like the way JP3 did, then honestly, by the time Curry's career is all said and done, he's going to have like 7 rings. And then from there, a really good GOAT debate conversation will be making its way around the entire basketball world.